Hello, I'm Kyle Bratcher from Chaparral Motorsports, and welcome to this episode where we're going to be talking about the differences between a damaged and a defective tire. Now, it does happen from time to time when a manufacturer has a problem in the factory and that tire eventually ends up at our dealership here and it is defective. We do not let those tires ship. Before every tire ships from Chaparral Motorsports, we're going to inspect it. We're going to take a look at the tread, we're going to take a look at the sidewall, we're going to take a look at the bead and make sure the bead's perfect. We're going to do that on both sides of every single tire that we ship so that we know that we're giving you the best product possible. All tires that we sell here at Chaparral Motorsports are warranted against manufacturer defects, and we work directly with manufacturers to solve any problems that do arise. Now, those are very rare. Now, it's imperative that when this tire does arrive to your front door that you take the time to inspect it before you either A, try to install it yourself, or B, take it to a local installer to have them do the job. You're going to want to look at the tread. Is the tread perfect? You're going to want to look at the sidewall. Are there any creases, dents, or defects in the sidewall? The third thing you want to take a look at is the bead. Is this bead perfect? Now, you're going to want to take a look at both where the rim will be sitting and where the tire will be going over the rim. All these surfaces need to be smooth and free of defects in order to get that perfect tire installation. Now, many of you guys are going to want to opt to try to do this tire change at home in your own garage for two reasons. One, the cost, and number two, time. Taking the wheel off your motorcycle, driving it to the dealership, dropping it off, waiting for them to replace the tire, putting it back in your vehicle, and then heading home, that can be several hours of wasted time. And you could do this whole process at home in your garage in less than an hour. Now, these tools here on the table are specific tools for changing tires, and these are the only tools that should ever touch your tire and the wheel of your motorcycle, ATV, or other powersports vehicle. Screwdrivers, hammers, pry bars, crowbars, these are items that should never ever come close to your powersports wheels or tires. Please see our tire installation video where we show you exactly how these tools are used. Now let's talk about the three most common ways that people damage tires while doing a manual tire installation. But before we go there, let me show you what these damages look like. The most common form of damage that people do to their own tires when doing a manual tire installation is the bead. For two reasons. Number one, they didn't utilize the drop center of their wheel. And number two, they didn't take small enough bites out of the tire while trying to spoon the tire up and over the wheel. Now, what is the drop center of wheel? It's this section of the wheel right here that is recessed. You can see the indentation on this side, and you can see the protrusion on the opposite side. The drop center of the wheel is extremely important, and without it, we would not be able to mount tires onto rims. The distance from here to here is almost 20 inches, and the inside diameter of this tire is 18 inches. So how do you get an 18-inch inside diameter over a wheel that has about a 20-inch outside diameter? Quite simply, the bead of the tire on this side over here has to sit into this drop center in order for it to have enough space to slip up and over this side of the wheel over here. If you were to take your tape measure and measure all the way across, again, we got about 19.5 inches here. If you were to go from the drop center to this other side, you're looking at that 18 mark. This is going to be how you're going to be able to get this smaller diameter up and over the larger diameter wheel. There is no tire out there that should ever have more than 60 pounds put in it to seat a bead. Some tires, in fact, have a really low threshold, say 30 or 40 pounds. This tire here was mounted to a wheel, and when they tried to seat the beads, they put way too much pressure in and completely blew out the tire. Now, this can happen on a tubeless tire as well as a tube tire. This here is an example of a tube that was overinflated and literally exploded inside the tire. Damages such as these can happen at home in your own garage, or it can happen at a dealership that you might have taken a tire or wheel to have an installation performed. Please make sure that you inspect your tires and wheels upon arrival or receipt. Make sure that everything is perfect before you hand those off to somebody else to do an installation. The manufacturers of these tires and tubes had sent out perfect, defect-free items. At some point, we as consumers need to step up and take responsibility if we've attempted to perform a task or a duty that we're really not qualified to perform. As you can see in the video we created on how to manually change a tire either at home in your garage or out on the trail, using proper tools and using the proper steps or procedures makes mounting your own tires a really easy project. Please remember to read all the warnings on the sidewall of the tire. That will give you the maximum PSI that the tire can have for seating a bead. Again, lubrication is a very important part of the tire removal and tire installation process as well. I'm Kyle from Chaparral Motorsports, and I appreciate the time that you've taken to tune in to this tutorial video. Until next time, take care and ride safe.